Hello everyone, and welcome to a new Funny Secrets Behind My Cosplays oh my gosh, Funny Secrets Behind My Cosplay Photos video. Very excited to be making another one of these. For a while there, didn't have any new funny secrets because I hadn't taken any new cosplay photos because there haven't been conventions or any events for the past couple of years. So I thought if I was going to make a new video, I would really be scraping the bottom of the barrel. But luckily, I've recently been doing a lot of cosplay shoots, both in my house and outside my house, mostly inside of my house. And so I have some more stories to share with you guys. So that's what we're going to be doing today. If you haven't seen already, I've made 3 other videos like this. I'll have a playlist of them linked up in the eye for you to check them out. It's not really important that you watch them in order, so you can totally watch this video and then go watch the other videos if you want to go check those out. So yeah, anyway, let's get into it. All right, I have my list. Let's do this. All right, so the first cosplay photo, well, I should move out of the way so that you actually can see the cosplay photo. All right, so the first cosplay photo we're gonna be talking about is from my Atsushi shoot. Side note, I am so obsessed with Bungo Stray Dogs right now, and I love Atsushi to pieces. Oh my gosh, he is so relatable, and I see so much of myself in him in terms of like my struggles with OCD. So like, he's a character who means a lot to me. He's a major comfort character of mine. That's not important to the story, but I just wanted to mention it. So we're gonna be talking about these Atsushi photos that my roommate Lucy took of me. So these were taken on a bridge, which is also an overpass. So I guess all overpasses are like bridges, aren't they? I guess. Anyway, it's kind of like this weird, like caged overpass bridge. It's very cool, and it worked so well for these photos. 2 very funny things happened while we were shooting in this location. So the first thing that happened took place right when we arrived. It had just rained, it was still overcast, so we didn't think that anyone was really gonna be there, but we were sadly mistaken. There was a couple there walking their 2 dogs and their pet pig. And I'm talking like a full-sized, legit pig. Not like a miniature pig, like a full-sized pig. Which sounds crazy, but that's what happened. So they're walking their pig, and the pig is very skittish around us. So it sees us and it goes like and like runs away from us, and we're like, oh, that's awkward. Like, sorry, you didn't mean to scare your pet pig. So we had to wait until they were finished walking over this bridge, because when we got there, they were at the very beginning of the bridge. So we had to wait for them to walk onto the bridge and then walk all the way across the bridge and then walk away from the end of the bridge so that we wouldn't get them in our photos. And this pig walked so slowly and therefore everybody with them, all the dogs and the couple, also walked very slowly to like not rush the pig. So it was like this awkward like 3 minutes of us just like standing there watching these 2 people, their 2 dogs and their pet pig just like walk across this bridge. It was so awkward. And just like the last thing we expected to see. Like, I'm glad I got to see someone's pet pig, because like that's really cool and really different, but like it was also like the last thing we expected to see doing this Atsushi shoot. Like, we thought that I was gonna be the weirdest thing there, right? Like me and my gray hair, but no, it was this pet pig. So funny little story from that Atsushi shoot. The second thing that happened during my Atsushi shoot has to do with the fact that this is an overpass. So obviously there are cars driving underneath this bridge, and we're shooting on this bridge. Should I call it a bridge or an overpass? I don't know. I'll just use those terms I can't speak. Interchangeably. You guys will know what I mean. Anyway, so we're taking photos. I'm like trying to be angsty and like cute and angsty, because that's Atsushi's brand. There's this car that drives by, and as it approaches the bridge, it starts like furiously honking at us. So this person saw us doing this photo shoot on this overpass, thought it was really weird, and figured that they should honk like really vigorously at us. So that really threw me off, right? Because I'm already feeling kind of out of my element. I haven't done very many male cosplays for a while. There was a time when I did a lot of male cosplays, so I got very used to it, but I'm really used to doing female cosplays, and I feel a lot more comfortable and confident in female cosplays. So I'm already like in a situation where I'm kind of uncomfortable and like doing my best to like pose well. I don't know if my face looks good. I don't know if I look like a dude, right? Like I'm very self-conscious in this whole situation. And now this person is like honking at us because they think that I look weird. But anyway, that's something that happened during that shoot. So fun stories behind my Atsushi photos. 1, we got honked at, and 2, we got to see someone's pet pig. So this funny story has to do with 3 different photo shoots, so 3 different cosplay photos that you will be seeing here today. So we have my Mitsuri cosplay, we have my Emma cosplay, and we have my Millie cosplay. These are all cosplays that I shot recently because my friend Steph showed me how to use the self-timer with my new camera, which is very exciting. You can actually control it from your phone, which is like the best thing ever. So I've been having so much fun taking self-portraits and taking my own cosplay photos. Side note, thank you, Steph. Really appreciate it. So anyway, I've been doing these late night shoots where I set everything up. I get into my cosplay at like 8 or 9 at night, and then I take some cosplay photos. My roommates are also cosplayers, and they are also very delightful people, and I love them very much. They have started a tradition. Specifically, my roommate Justine started this tradition where she comes in halfway through my photo shoot and just crashes my photos by getting really, really close to me and looking super, super awkward. This is something that she has so far done twice. So she did it once during my Mitsuri shoot and then once during my Emma shoot because she had to keep the tradition alive. And then when I was doing my Millie shoot, she had actually already gone to bed because she had to work early the next morning. So my roommate Danny, who was still awake, graciously stepped in and photobombed my Millie photo shoot. Very nice of her. This resulted in a very beautiful photo. I just love my roommates so much. I love this little tidbit behind these cosplay photos. I love that this has become a tradition. So if you ever see photos of me that I've taken in front of our backdrop in our photo studio at our house, chances are a roommate, whether it's Justine, Danny, or Lucy, have photobombed a photo in that photo shoot at some point. The final story, which I think is honestly the funniest, has to do with this cos test I did of my Emma cosplay when I got my new Emma wig. So the backstory behind this shoot takes place the night before this photo shoot, or at least it starts the night before this photo shoot. I say photo shoot, but it was just me with my phone taking cos test photos. Anyway, I had just gotten this tattoo paper, which is a lifesaver when it comes to doing Promise Neverland cosplays. And the first thing that's really funny, actually, I feel like there are actually 2 stories wrapped into one with this cosplay photo. So first of all, we had to figure out how to, we being my roommates, being Lucy, Justine, and I, we were hanging out in the living room and we were trying to figure out how this tattoo paper worked, because I had tried printing on it, but like the ink was still wet and wouldn't dry, and we were confused as to why that was happening. The trick to the tattoo paper is that there are 2 separate sheets, and one of them you actually print onto, and the other one, it's kind of like a sticker. So there's a plastic sheet and you peel it off and there's a sticky side to it, and you stick that to the other sheet, you press it down really well, and then that's basically your tattoo, so that you can cut it out and put it on your skin and wet a towel, press it against the tattoo, and then peel it off, and then you'll have the tattoo, right? We did not know this at that time. Lucy was really drunk and I was not the brightest. So we have Justine with the instructions. She's trying to walk us through this, and Lucy and I are just going off the deep end. So we can't figure out the fact that like there are 2 separate sheets of paper that we're supposed to be using. We just thought that there was one, and that happened to be the one that you're supposed to peel off and then stick to the other piece of paper. So there's this plastic film on it, right, which you're supposed to peel off, but that was what we were printing onto. So we have this wet printer ink on this piece of plastic. We're doing it completely wrong. And we're just so stupid that we can't figure out that there are 2 sheets. So eventually Justine is like, is there another sheet? Go see if there's another sheet. Like, she clues into the fact that there is another sheet. And we find it, and suddenly it all makes sense. But it took a long time to get to that point. So basically, drunken, stupid adventures of us trying to figure out this tattoo paper. All right, number 1. Second, we eventually figure it out, and we managed to get the tattoo to properly work. I put it on my neck, but the thing is that I had to work the next day. So instead of like waiting until the next day when I was actually going to do the cos test after work, or instead of putting it somewhere like my leg or my arm, like somewhere that no one would see, I instead decided to just go full ham and put this tattoo right on my neck for my shift the next morning at work. And that's exactly what I did. So I come into work with this number on my neck, which is super weird. A bunch of people thought it was real. Like, one customer asked, like, oh, is that still fresh? Because the plastic film, like the tattoo film, you know, when you use a temporary tattoo, it's like a film that sticks to your neck. he thought that that was like the protective plastic that people put on fresh tattoos. So I had to tell him that it was not real. I work in customer service, by the way. So there, like, I'm a customer facing role. And so customers were seeing me with this weird ass tattoo on my neck, thinking that it was real, or at least wondering why I had it there. There were a lot of people who just came in and looked at me and were like, and I had to be like, oh, it's from an anime. They have numbers on their necks. I'm doing a cosplay. Like, don't worry about it. And they'd be like, oh, okay, cool. There was one customer who's a regular customer. He's very nice. And he actually was like, oh my gosh, do you like Promise Neverland? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I can't tell. Is that Emma's number? And I'm like, yeah, it's Emma's number. I'm going to be cosplaying her later today. And he was like, oh, that's so cute. So there was some like fun stuff like that, but my coworkers definitely laughed at me. Customers thought I was very weird for having this number on my neck. Like, they did not quite understand why I did, which like totally makes sense. And then one customer actually knew what the tattoo was from. So then after that, I came home from work, did my Emma cos test, was very happy with it. Luckily, I was able to peel it off for the next day, so I didn't have to wear it to work 2 days in a row. But yeah, when you see these photos, just know that the morning before I did that cos test, I legit wore that tattoo to my place of work. And it was fine. I didn't get in trouble, luckily. I didn't know if I would get in trouble or not, but luckily I did not. My manager was totally chill with it. He was totally fine with me having this tattoo. He thought it was really funny, and I was like, okay, cool, awesome. He made like jokes about it. It was good. But yeah, anyway, that's a funny story behind my Emma cosplay photos. And there you have it. Those are some more funny secrets behind my cosplay photos. Again, if you want to see more videos like this, I'll have a playlist linked up in the eye for you to check out the other videos that I've done like this. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I really hope this made you laugh. And I hope that when you see these cosplay photos or photos from these various photo shoots up on my Instagram, you will think back to these funny stories, and it will just maybe brighten your day a little bit more. Thank you as always for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys all next time, but until then, Panda Faces, please be sure to take care. Bye!